On the podcast today, we're going to talk about sales funnels because the 2020 sales funnel actually looks different to sales funnels from the past. So that's what we're going to have a bit of a chat about on a marketing podcast. Hey, welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small.
Hey there, my fabulous listener. Welcome to episode 82 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Thank you, as always, for lending me your ears today. I know you have lots of choices out there, and I really do appreciate you making me one of them. If you're a first-time listener, then hey, super welcome to you. I'm really happy to have you land here on my podcast. I am, of course, the host, Jen Donovan, and it's my job via this podcast and social media and just about everywhere else that I hang out to make your life simpler, or to make your business life simpler. I'm a thought leader when it comes to marketing here in Australia and a marketing strategist for small businesses. Why? Well, because business can be lonely, can be hard, can be complicated, and look, I know and you know it's rarely easy, but it should be simple, or at least simpler. So that is my commitment to you on the so-named Small Business Made Simple podcast. One way I can help make your life a little bit simpler is if you come and join my Facebook group, Like-Minded Business Owners. It's kind of a really great place to hang out with an awesome community of other business owners who are going through similar things to you and are willing to chip in, give you some help, give you some advice, and also give you a good laugh. So if you haven't joined the Like-Minded Business Owners group, then come on in, I should say. You can search on Facebook, Like-Minded Business Owners, or simply go to the show notes where the link is. The show notes, of course, can be found at socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/82. This episode is actually sponsored by my 6-week mini mastermind. I absolutely love masterminds, and episode 81 was all about them and absolutely showcased how much I love masterminds. They are hands down one of the most incredible ways that I have built my business, not just this business, but previous businesses as well. So my applications are open for my 6-week mastermind. I'm only taking 8 people for 6 weeks, and they will have 0 excuses for not getting things done. So look, if you're looking to grow your business with a mix of community, accountability, and one-to-one support from me, then this, my friend, is probably what you've been waiting for. I would absolutely love for you to join my group. All the information, if you decide, this might sound like something you would like to do, all the information, of course, can be found at the link, which is bit.ly/mastermind with Jen. And of course, you can find that link in the show notes at socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/82. There's only 8 spots, and I can guarantee you it will help move your business where you want it to go by the end of 2020. With 50% of the spots already taken, you better get your skates on, and I'd love to hear more about your business. Masterminds are a passion of mine, and I just absolutely love them, and I really want to share that passion with you. But today, we're not talking masterminds like we did on episode 81. We're talking sales funnels. Yep, the marketing chick is going to attempt to convince you that you need to be looking at your sales funnels through a 2020 lens. What's a 2020 lens? Well, you know it, don't you? If you've been in my world for any length of time, you know exactly the words that are going to come out of my mouth in about 2 seconds. The H to H lens, the human to human marketing lens. Yep, you knew it, didn't you? You absolutely knew that was what I was going to say. Sales isn't hard, but it isn't actually easy either. And it should be simple, or at least simpler, just like marketing. So let's have a look at how sales funnels used to work. And these are the ones that, are cringeworthy. Basically, promote to as many people as you possibly can. Doesn't matter who, just so long as you're hitting your numbers. Promote everything you do, all your products, all your services. Just keep shouting to anyone who will listen. Convince people to buy. Talk to them. Keep talking to them. And then finally, hopefully you have convinced them to buy from you simply by talking. And sometimes people buy from you just to shut you up. I know I've been in that situation before. Apply pressure to make these people buy. Push people into making a decision quicker than what they would like to, and make a sale and move on. New customer, new person to wear down with your sales messages. Does any of that sound familiar? It's just kind of like, let's just shout, let's convince people to buy from us and apply as much pressure as what it takes to make the sale. You can imagine it, can't you? You absolutely can see in your mind right now those exact selling principles in play. I see it every day. In fact, it lands in my inbox every day. I have someone actually in my inbox at the moment, almost daily, wanting to be on my podcast. I don't think it's them. I think they have a VA sending this out. And the emails have gone from, all these lovely reasons why I should have them on my podcast to basically, so how about it? And what's wrong with my idea that you wouldn't want me on your podcast? I'm not kidding. These are basically the sliding scale of convincing me that I really need to have this person on my podcast. Now, just note to that person, if they ever happen to be listening to this, because apparently they do listen to my podcast, I will never have someone on my podcast that hard sells to me. Because imagine if they're hard selling to me to get on my free podcast, what they'll do to you when I let them on here, what they will say when they get inside your ears. So, a bit of a side note to that. Remember, marketing is everything, because everything you say and do says something about you, whether you meant it or not. Never forget that, because that person's marketing is definitely saying something to me that is not in their favor. Anyway, I'm off track. I'm supposed to be talking about sales funnels, not marketing. All right, back on track. Sales funnels. Like I said, that was the old way of doing sales funnels. The new 2020 human-to-human marketing way looks a little bit more like this. Or when I say marketing way, the sales funnel looks a little bit more like this. We niche our area of expertise. We provide answers to our prospects' problems. We try and solve their challenges and take away their roadblocks. We start with enormous value up front. We position our expertise with evidence like testimonials. I really must do a podcast soon on testimonials. That's a really good idea. Anyway, and we invite prospects on a journey. Invite them to take the first step with us. Invite them to make the first sale with us. And after they're in our world and they know, like, and trust us, we start to introduce them to a full range of the services we actually offer. So we've got them in by niching in a particular area that we know will help solve their problems. But when they are in our world and they know, like, and trust us, that's when we can start to introduce them to the full range of our services. And bam, there you go. You have a sales funnel of 2020, a human-to-human marketing sales funnels. It's not your job to try and convince anyone to buy from you. Instead, you have to help them discover why you. We live in a really competitive and noisy marketplace, so the object of our marketing and our sales funnels needs to be pick me. This is why you need to pick me. Let me help you discover why you need me to solve your problems, why you need me to solve your challenges, because I can do X, Y, and Z for you. You see, selling is actually broken down into two components: convincing selling and discovery selling. And most people, unfortunately, drop automatically into convincing mode. And that's old sales funnels. The convincing mode was what I was talking about when, I'm talking about the old way of selling, the old sales funnels. Discovery selling is more about the 2020 human-to-human lens put on selling. Your job is to help people discover why they need you. And how do you do that? Well, simple. You talk to them about it. I know. It's like this big revolutionary idea, isn't it? And here's the thing. We all have the same favorite subject, ourselves. So this may come as a shock to you, but your prospects don't care about you as much as they care about themselves. They don't want to hear about you, what you do, how brilliant you are at it. At least not until they are sure of one thing, and that is that you are going to listen to them and you are going to understand them. You're going to understand their problems, you're going to understand their roadblocks and their challenges. All your prospects want is to feel understood. This means your marketing is about them, their challenge, and how they can eliminate whatever problem or challenge you specialize in helping them with. In other words, you help them discover why you by talking all about them. You can talk until you're blue in the face to try and convince the world why they should buy from you, or you can do all the work, create the message, and help them discover why you. So take a look at your sales funnels, take a look at your marketing and ask yourself, is it all about me, what I do, how well I do it, how long I've been doing it for, me, convincing, selling? Or are you listening? Are you trying to understand your prospect, seeing it from their point of view, seeing the gaps on how you can help them solve their challenges and their problems? Or of course, on the other side of that, can you see how you can completely delight them? Because not everything, I guess, is looking at challenges and problems. The other side of the coin is delight. Changing this one thing in your sales and your marketing could actually transform your business. You know that person who is a convincing seller, don't you? But is it you? I'll leave it there with that really big question, because we all know this person, and I just hope it's not you. You know what? In fact, I know it's not you, because you're too proactive. You're too much of an action taker for that person to be you. I know it in my heart because you're listening to this podcast. It's a short and sweet podcast this week, but I really want you to think about your sales funnels. You know, are you looking at it through a 2020 human to human, H to H marketing lens? Are you convincing people to buy from you, or are you helping them discover exactly how you can solve their problems? As I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, this episode is sponsored by my 6-week mini mastermind. And if you're keen to find out more or get involved, then head to bit.ly/mastermind with Jen. And if you've got any questions about convincing selling or discovery selling, then head into the Like-Minded Business Owners group and ask your questions then over there. Or of course, you can send me a DM on Instagram. If you're over there, we all know we love a good DM, or of course on the mail. So probably email rather than snail mail. So you can email me at jen@jendonovan.com.au. But again, that's all for episode 82. Nice, short and sweet. I will be back next Thursday with another great episode to make your life simpler and to simplify your business in 2020. If you're enjoying this podcast, which hopefully because you've listened this far, you are, please don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with maybe another superstar business owner who's doing that daily grind and would really appreciate someone making their business life a little bit simpler. And of course, if you have a spare 2 minutes, you could leave a rating and a review for the show. That would be so lovely. You know, producing this free content weekly, you know, I love it. I absolutely love it, but it is work. So I always appreciate when people take the time to leave me a rating and a review. I will see you next week on the podcast for episode 83. But in the meantime, let's hang out on social and get social on social. You will, of course, find me at Instagram, Facebook, and, of course, LinkedIn. But whatever you do, my small business peeps, as my opening song says, there is no point in dreaming small.
Tell like I feel it, say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.